Hello, I'm Dan, aka the tipster in a suit, and I may not have been to the most racetracks. I've definitely not seen the most horses, but I am the best judge of race form that I know, and I'm here to prove it. I was only expecting about 20 views on the last one, and so to get over 100 has absolutely made my week. I was absolutely buzzing, did not expect it at all. Thank you to everyone who liked, commented and subscribed, and if you're watching this one for the first time and you're not, it would mean the world to me. If you did, leave a like, subscribe, and definitely leave a comment and interact with me. I want to shout out my betting group that I'm part of on a Saturday, where we put up a horse, the Lucky 31. We build a pot and then we go away somewhere. We've been to the DRF together and the exotic Wolverhampton for our second trip, looking to go somewhere a bit more upmarket for the third one, lads. I also want to shout out the comment of the last one from Jamie. He put in some great info about Kilbeg King's upcoming entries, and he also put in a little tip himself of Good Time Johnny in the Ultima. I did some research on it, and yeah, I may be joining you with a fiver, Jamie. We're wait and see, because he looks like an absolute plot job, so appreciate that comment. I've got two selections this week and it'll be across two videos. I want to get into the detail, so I feel like a 20-minute video would be too long, so I'd rather do it across two videos. This week's one is in the Ryanair. I mentioned last week it looks like a open market, and I think I've found an angle where I can't really lose. It's only going to be a win or I get my stake back. Allaho appears to have lost a step at the top of the market. If we're reviewing the market, Allaho does appear to have lost a step. He is the best Ryanair winner of the last decade. He has amazing form at Cheltenham, and arguably does come to the fore in the spring with his best 3 RPRs being at the Cheltenham Festivals and the Punchestown Gold Cup win. However, the type of injury he had and the layoff he had, alongside the battles that he's had over the years, particularly that one with Champ in the RSA, like a Randy Orton RKO coming out of nowhere to pip him on the line. I think he's starting to show the effects of those battles. And in the non-runner no bet market, 2-1 is too skinny for a horse with the downside to Allaho. Fabiola tops the market, and we'll get onto that in a little bit, but he's definitely Champion Chase bound. The next one in the market is Banbridge, who I was very impressed with on the weekend, and Silvianco Conti Chase. Try saying that when he drank. It was his first run of the season against a race fit pick Dory, who loves the track, and to be fair, he did it pretty easily. You can also write up the fact that he did it right-handed, and all of his best form previously had come left-handed. And he did it on more testing ground than he's used to. He was pulled out of the Cheltenham Festival last year due to the ground for the Turners, where he had a good chance. And if the ground comes for him, he must have a chance at 7-2. Envoy Allen would be the next in the market. And look, he ran an absolute cracker last year to surprise everyone and go and win the Ryanair, pipping Shishkin. But I went and watched the race again, and I've looked at the form. Shishkin absolutely blundered the third last and lost all momentum. Arguably, if he didn't do that, he would have won and won. And Hitman was only 3 lengths back, and he's since been beaten in handicaps. So French Dynamite 5 lengths back. It is questionable form how good that Ryanair was. I don't think it was a vintage renewal. He is a 3-time festival winner. I had a big bet on him in the Turners when he fell, so maybe it's a little bit of bias towards that. But he will be 11 come the festival, and you don't see many 11-year-olds go and win any race in the festival, let alone a Ryanair. Stage Star is next in the market, and he was mightily impressive in the Paddy Power at the track, and also in the Turners at the track, where he posted some decent RPRs. Not quite to the level expected for a Ryanair. However, he was disappointing last time out on New Year's Day in a moderately weak handicap. He did have to carry a load of weight, but off level weights against some better animals, I don't see him going and getting the job done. I may be wrong, but I doubt it with Stage Star. You then start looking at Classic Getaway, who is definitely a winter horse. All of his best form is in the winter. And then Edwardstone won't go there. And then you're looking at handicappers like Fugitive, who won't lay a glove on these ones at the top. That you could also throw out a lot of the ones that are in the market as well. So like a Hoist and Yaw, Conflated, Protectorat, Edwardstone, none of them are going to turn up for the Ryanair, which means the race will inevitably cut up. So it leads me to my selection in this weekend. This weekend is the Clarence House at Ascot over 2-1. And it hopefully, as long as they both turn up, will be Jonbon versus Fabiola. I fully expect Al Fabiolo to smash Jonbon this weekend. I'm hearing from some people there 1-1. You can discount that novice hurdle win at Aintree. He only won by a neck, did Jonbon, and Al Fabiolo didn't know what he was doing. I'm still not convinced he knows what he's completely doing now with jumping, but he's such a more mature horse who knows his job and knows what to do. There's no shame on Jonbon that he's only lost to 2 horses, Al Fabiolo and Constitution Hill, but I do believe both those horses are a level above Jonbon. I think it's going to be shown this weekend. To double down on that as well, Jonbon has terrible form at this time of year. In his novice hurdle campaign, he went to Haydock and he narrowly edged out a weak enough field. And then last year in the Kingmaker 2-runner affair, he looked very labouring when beating Calico by 5.5 lengths, who's a 140 handicapper at 1-16. So I'm going to bank that Jonbon again has a disappointing performance this weekend. That's going to leave connections with the question of, do they go to the Champion Chase to lose to Al Fabiolo, or do they step him up for the Ryanair, which looks more for the taking? We know Henderson and McManus do not care about the prestige of the race. They didn't send Constitution Hill chasing, so clearly all they care about is winning at Cheltenham or winning a bigger pot for the Champion Hurdle over the Champion Chase. He's also got pedigree of being a 2.5 miler. He's well known to be Douvan's full brother, who ended his career with a 2 mile 4 victory. Their sire is Walk in the Park. Walk in the Park is one of the best National Hunt sires going, and his form tends to be in the staying type. There are some speedier Walk in the Parks, but they do tend to stay. It would suggest a step up in trip would actually bring out better form for Jonbon. Potentially that the 2 milers limited him a little bit, not having the pace of Al Fabiolo or Constitution Hill. Furthermore, I was at Tingle Creek at Sandown this year. It was heavy. It was super, super heavy. It was a test of stamina in the end, and I think he has the stamina from that run. I think he does have the stamina to go up in trip, particularly considering that it will be a lot better ground at Cheltenham come the festival. So Jonbon goes and loses to Clarence House. I believe Henderson and McManus will put him in the Ryanair. He's currently a 3-1 shot for the Ryanair. If he was to turn up on the day, with all known form in the book and the race going to cut up as I've already explained, he will not be a 3-1 shot. I believe he'll go off 5-4, maybe 6-4 favourite alongside Allaho. I do believe the crop of novices from last year are a step above from novices seen a couple of years before, minus Galopin de Champs. Al Fabiolo's time in the Arkle was much better than Energumines, and I'm convinced he would have beat Energumine this season anyway. And Jerry Clon minus Galopin de Champs has looked a pretty decent animal, and I wouldn't be writing him off for the Gold Cup. I think Jonbon is the last one of those three who looks a very, very good novice chaser stepping up. And if he was to take the opportunity in the Ryanair, I believe he would duly deliver. Now, the non-runner no bet angle allows me to be wrong. It means if he does go and win the Clarence House and lines up in the Champion Chase, I get my 50 quid back. It means if he's really, really close to Al Fabiolo and they decide to still go down the Champion Chase route, I will still get my money back. And if he does line up in the Ryanair, which I believe he will, I'm getting 3-1 on an animal that will be no bigger than 6-4 on the day. So as I've mentioned, I've put £50 on. I wanted to get that in this week because of him running against Al Fabiolo. So that's it. That's my selection. Please do tell me why I'm wrong. You're not going to be able to, because it's an absolutely cracking bet. I want you to get on as well. It seems like a no-lose to me. So if you to even put 5, 10, 15, 20, whatever on the non-runner no-bet market, I don't see how you don't at least get your money back. Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you soon.